Yo, how y'all doing out there? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you at in the world. Snapzilla Gorilla here, aka The Definition, hitting y'all with a quick live stream. We're gonna get into this shit that Biden did, you know what I'm saying? And yeah. We're gonna highlight the priorities of your illustrious government. We're going to highlight how much they care about you in the way that they're taking care of the immigrants. Yeah. We are going to quantify and qualify the level of fucks your government gives about you. Yes, we are. You see, it is important that we highlight what our government does. What our government does for us, what our government does for others, what our government does for foreign nations, right? What the priority is. Xander, what's good? What's good, nephew? You know what I mean? We are going to go over that because for every argument for government, there are a million against it, right? And so every time they do some silly shit like this, I am going to talk about it. I am going to beat you over the head with this shit until you finally say, all right, I get it. Let's do something about this, right? Let's do something about this. What am I talking about? Well, if you've seen the title of this live stream, you will know that Biden has issued an executive order to protect around 1 million illegal immigrants, right? We're talking about individuals that came into this country through nefarious means, you know what I'm saying, using coyotes and the cartel who have committed many atrocities. Yeah. Biden wants to give them amnesty for like 18 months, right? That's what he wants to do. Now, is this a Biden thing necessarily? I would say not, because Biden is just doing the bidding of his puppet masters. Who are the puppet masters? The ones that pull the strings. Who pulls the strings? Well, there are a lot of variables involved with that, but it's essentially the special interest groups, the bankers, the corporations, right? That all benefit from illegal immigration. I'll give you one example of such a corporation. Tyson Foods. Yes, they are the corporation that laid off 1,400 or so long-term American employees, right? Just so that they could hire cheaper labor in illegal immigrants. And Biden wants to give those individuals more time in the United States to drain our resources. Drain the resources that we pay into as extortion victims in this country. Make no mistake about it. Taxation is extortion. It's not theft. There's a difference. Theft is when someone takes something that doesn't belong to them without your knowledge and you find out later. Extortion is you being forced and coerced and threatened to give up money that you earn and belongs to you to another entity. So when they say taxation is theft, that's not very accurate. No. Taxation is extortion, because you know they're going to take your money before they take it. And you know that if you do not give them your money, well, they're going to come after you. They're going to use force to take the money from you, or, you know, they're going to put you in prison. They're going to lock you up. They're going to kidnap you, which all violate 18 U.S. Code 241 and 242 and makes them criminals, which they could be punished for in the form of execution. Yes. Right now, at this very moment, anyone that works in this country and has to give up portions of their time and laboring energies against their will and without their consent in the form of taxes has a case against the United States government for violating 18 U.S. Code 241 and 242. The conspiracy to violate the rights under the color of law, and actually deprivation of rights under the color of law. Yes, not having to be forced to give up portions of your time and labor and energies is a violation of your rights. When you have no choice, when you have no say on how that money is spent and where it goes, that is a violation of your rights. And yeah, we have grounds to sue the United States government, particularly the the lawmakers, right? The bureaucrats, the IRS, any entity within the United States government, and any individual that carries out these violations, you have grounds to sue them for criminal behavior. And what they do with our extortion money is they give it to these illegal immigrants so that they can anyway, you guys should be able to hear me now. The bottom line is Joe Biden just spit in your face, right? As your president, he's supposed to be the president. He's supposed to be your president. But it seems like he is more interested in being the president of the immigrants, right? So just keep that in mind. This is not just something that can be put on Joe Biden alone, right? This is not just on Joe Biden. Joe Biden is essentially a figurehead. This is something that he is carrying out or at the behest of the puppet masters. Everything that's being carried out by our government is being carried out on the behalf of the puppet masters. And if there is any benefit to us at all from it, it just so happens that's a happy accident. It's just a happy accident. Your government does not do jack shit for you. It may appear to be that they're doing jack shit for you, but they're doing shit for the corporate interest, right? They're doing it for the bankers, right? That's who they're doing it for. The prison industrial complex, the military industrial complex. These are who your government works for. The private contractors, right? The government contractors. The Northrop Grummons and the Boeing and all that. You know, case in point, look at what's going on in LA with the fires, right? That is being done for a purpose. The failures, right, that they try to blame on DEI, right? The failures of those organizations in California that are responsible for for controlling those fires and putting those fires out. Y'all think it's a failure, but it's really not. They have succeeded at their goal. Their goal was to completely wipe out another town in California. They did the same thing to Paradise. I told you guys about that some time ago, about why and what happened in Paradise. In Paradise, there were landowners, right? In Paradise, the homeowners in Paradise, they had, many of them did not have the mineral rights to that land. Some of them did. And there is gold and whatnot. There are some things in the land in Paradise that are of great value. And when the fires took those houses out and drove those people out, they were being contacted almost immediately by organizations that wanted to buy the mineral rights and the land. Almost immediately, they were being contacted. Yo, sorry your house burned down, but you should sell us your land. It's going to be more painstaking and all this shit to rebuild and all that. You might as well just take the money we give you and give the land to us. Yeah. That's what happened in Paradise. Same thing, basically, I believe, in Malibu and in Pacific Palisades, right? We all know the insurance companies, they dropped many of the homeowners in California. They bailed on them, right? And many of these people do not have fire coverage, right? And so, how convenient. How convenient. So this is what we're dealing with when we deal with government, y'all. The fire hydrants, right? Oh, there wasn't enough pressure, right? Or they wasn't working. The hydrants weren't working because the electric pumps, well, they weren't operating. I broke that down to you. Yeah, same thing in Maui and Hawaii. Yes, same exact thing. They have designs, people. They have designs on a lot of things. There are a lot of things they want to occur. Some people think it has to do with the 15-minute cities, right? The stacking packs that they want to build. And they want to cram everybody into these stacking pack cities. They want to build up instead of build out. They want to build up, and they want to control everything outside and inside of those 15-minute cities. They don't want you to venture out of those 15-minute cities. They want you to stay right there. Everything you need. Everything you need. Universal basic income will ensure that you do not have to have any worry. You won't have to worry about where to get food. No, all those things will be provided for you. But what type of food will be provided? Lab-grown meat, insects, soy products, ground up bamboo cellulose, right? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Meanwhile, they're going to be eating the beef, all the ruminant animals that are going to be grown in real life and grass-fed, all the deer and the antelope. Oh yeah, they're going to have all that to themselves. And they're going to have your children, because your children will be forced to go to schools where you will not be able to visit your children. You will not be able to know what's going on with your children. Your children will be their business. They will raise up perfect little thralls that they can control. And they will reduce you to a vegetative state in your stack and pack house, in your stack and pack apartment building. That is the idea. right? They will have you relegated to Meta World or whatever the fuck you call that, whatever Facebook is now. They'll have you relegated to Meta, Oculus, and all these different virtual realities that they will ensure that you exist only to provide the children that they want to have their way with. You will be the breed mares. You will be the breeders. You will be the breed mares. So that is an idea of what they want to happen, right? And another thing is China. We owe China a lot of money. They want California. So they will take much of California, many of the great parts of California, and you'll be relegated to the pack cities, those 15-minute cities. So it could be a bit of both. It could be that they want to bring the smart cities online and they want to use California as a testing ground. And then they're going to give China's probably going to be building a lot of those buildings in those stack and pack cities. They're going to be the ones who are going to benefit the most from it, along with, our illustrious government. It'll all work out, right? So it's the same thing with the immigrants. They have a design for them. They want people they can control. Why not 1 million more? 1 million more people. There's the threat of Trump coming through and, having a deportation campaign that the likes of which we've never seen. And at the end of the day, all Donald Trump has to do is kill that executive order when he gets in office with his own executive order. But is that going to happen? We'll see as of January 20th. We'll see what Trump is really going to do when he gets in office. Joe Biden issued 100 executive orders in 100 days. We'll see what Trump does, right? We'll see what he does with these 1 million immigrants. Will he remove their protections? Will he have them deported like a motherfucker? We'll see. How ironclad is the executive order Biden issued? Well, he won't be president for much longer. But we really need to pay attention. We really need to pay attention to the man that y'all believe, right? The right-wingers. Y'all believe that Donald Trump is going to make changes for the better from the inside. Y'all think that's going to happen? You preach about freedom, but you enjoy and you want law and order. You can't have freedom with man-made law and order. You cannot have it. It's not possible. That is the cognitive dissonance that keeps us enslaved. Cognitive dissonance is a very, very powerful crippling agent. Cognitive dissonance cripples you, right? Because you think you want something you really don't want. You believe you want freedom, but you really don't want that. You believe you want to be self-sufficient, but you really don't want that. You really do want government to take care of you. You want the government to make sure that you're okay. You want the police riding around because you think they're going to protect you, even though you feel like, well, I got guns, right? Oh, you're so concerned about 2A and the freedom of speech and all that, but when it's the police that enforce the laws that violate free speech and, the right to keep and bear arms, you have no problem with that. Tell me how that works. Tell me how that works. Y'all call the left wing fascists, but you have the most belief in the Gestapo. You guys think that the Gestapo can do no wrong. And you know what's funny? This fool, Brandon Tatum. This fool, Brandon Tatum, comes out and I was going to do a video on this. I still might do a live stream about this. This fool, Mr. Law and Order himself, comes out and backs Wes Watson. Why am I not surprised? Sister Cameron, how you doing? Queen Sister Cameron, how you doing? Y'all go check out. Drop your link, Cameron. Drop your link. Drop your link, Jay with Open Eyes 4. Drop y'all links. If you guys are my mods and you have a channel, go ahead, drop that link down. Law the brick wall. I don't know what you're saying. The paragraph's too long. Anyway. So, I really just want you guys to understand how you guys come off. The status. It's really quite easy to be consistent in your belief system and to not have cognitive dissonance. You just have to think about what you're saying. You have to think. If you understand what freedom is, you have to think about, does that align with law and order? Man-made law and order. Does man-made law and order align with freedom? Does it? If it doesn't, well, I have to really evaluate my beliefs. Either I believe in freedom or I don't. Freedom is pretty cut and dry, y'all. Anarchy and freedom are one and the same, right? Those are consistent belief systems. I believe in anarchy and freedom. I believe in natural law. Natural law and freedom are consistent with each other, or they don't conflict anyway. My belief in the law of thermodynamics is consistent with my belief in freedom, right? Karmic law, that is consistent. They don't conflict. And so me and my wife were talking about this morning. And she said damn near the same thing I said the other day when I said that peace and freedom comes from when everybody is minding their own goddamn business. Everybody. Somebody mentioned the other day about revolution versus evolution, and it makes perfect sense. Revolution is just, when it comes to revolution, you tear down a power structure, a tyrannical power structure, and you start your own power structure. That's revolution, right? Well, it's still tyranny at the end of the day. You want to replace the existing tyranny with your own form of tyranny, and you think that you are righteous in doing so because you're so used to the idea that somebody has to be in power. Somebody has to control the masses. That's where that comes from. But really, evolution is about changing for the better, right? Advancing your way of thinking. So when you tear down the power structure, you leave it torn down. You do not replace it with another power structure. You go mind your own business. Dead Mike says, straight hands, no wrestling. I'm calling you out, friendly spar. Want to see? All right, Dead Mike, email me. Send me an email. snapzillagorilla@gmail.com. Send me an email. Knockout says, going to miss our freedoms after Trump takes office. See, I can spread false facts too. What I don't even know what that means. What do you mean? Are you saying that going to miss our freedoms after Trump? Are you saying that we're going to realize our freedoms going to come after Trump? You think Trump is going to bring freedom? You do realize that Trump was in office before, right? Trump was president from 2016 to 2020. Why didn't he bring the freedom then? Why didn't freedom come? As a matter of fact, we experienced a reduction in freedoms thanks to Modelo 19 thanks to Model 19 and what the state leaders did during that time that Trump did not stop, that Trump did not, put a stop to, our freedoms were greatly reduced. So where are the freedoms in? See, this is what I talk about when I say cognitive dissonance. Knockout has that. What's a false fact? Can somebody tell me what's a false fact? That's an oxymoron. Facts cannot be false. If it's a fact, it's a fact. If it's false, it's false. Even your sentence is laced with cognitive dissonance. A fact cannot be false. And a falsity cannot be factual. That term false facts and incorrect facts, there's no such thing as an incorrect fact. There's no such thing as a false fact. You can say incorrect assertion or false assertion, but a fact is a fact. It can't. It's solid. It's locked in. You would, but it's too cold outside. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Y'all get the gist. So when you attack there, well, not even attack. When you alternative facts. Alternative to what, right? A fact is a fact. And what is that's exactly law of the brick wall. What is an alternative fact? These are just made up words, right? What do they call that? Virtue signaling or whatever bullshit? Virtue signal. That's another term. Like, what is a virtue signal? They just make shit up. Cameron says, now, language is a what do they call that? A construct, right? That's another word they use. A construct. But it's understood across many, many people, right? Masses of people know what English is. Masses of larger billions of people know what English is. Yes, it's a social construct, but it's understood across many groups of people, across billions of people, across billions. Billions of people know what English is and know what words mean. So yes, it's a construct, but it's there. It's in place for a reason. Cameron says, say that it is nothing more than an opinion. The facts need to be no assistance and are good enough to talk. Exactly. I hate that false fact. Stop it. It's not a false fact. It's a false assertion. It's a false opinion. It's a false declaration. Use those. Well, why are we saying facts in an alternative fact? Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for coming through. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. I'll check you guys out later. Thank you for coming through. The Brick Wall, Cameron Fields, Dead Mike, Knockout. Thank you for coming through as well. Jay with Open Eyes 4. I appreciate you. So yeah, I'll holler at y'all and let's keep